If you see this like in person, this is crazy cool. Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel. Thank you guys very much for stopping by and hanging out with us for a few minutes. In this video, we just spend a few more days getting to work on a few more rides, as well as getting home stuff done. Thank you guys for checking it out. We hope you enjoy it. Caught the train. I've got all the boys dropped off. I'm gonna go head over to see Warren real quick. I'm actually gonna be on that side of town checking on an Escalade. The owner thinks it's hydro-locked, so I'm gonna go check it out and see what I can do to fix it. While I'm on the south side, I figured I'd stop by and say what's up to Warren. I'm at my bro Labor's house. I'm gonna check this truck. There's a good chance it was hydro-locked, so I'm gonna see. Then I gotta go to work. I gotta help get that gold Mustang ready for paint, so I gotta strip all the chrome on it. This is what we gotta yank out of here. Alright, you guys. This morning was supposed to be a quick morning, but it's actually turning out a little bit crazy. So I need to go to the shop and get the Mustang ready for paint. So I'm gonna go pull the trim and all that. I need to do that today because the Mustang needs to go to the paint shop tomorrow. But I went to go see my bro Labor, and he's had a problem with his truck for a bit, and I just haven't been able to get over there. So I finally went over there and I talked to him over with some prices and stuff, and it seems like it's going to be a really good idea to just go and work on that Escalade today and tomorrow. Right now I'm going to go to meet MamaBear at Thunderbird. Her and Grandma came into town, so she had to pick up some things for some earrings. But I'm going to go meet them at Thunderbird right now. Then I'm going to go run to the shop, and I'm going to go work on this Mustang until I get all the trim off, and then I'm going to go to the house and pick up my tools. We're going to have a little bit of a problem because the engine is hydro-locked, and when he hydro-locked the engine, I'm guessing he bent one of the rods because the engine is seized up. It will not rotate forward or backward. So I have to figure out how I'm going to get the engine out without rotating the torque converter to get the torque converter bolts off. But I'm sure we can do it. It'll slide out of there. Just got to make enough room. I'm at Thunderbird right now, so I'm going to go in and see what MamaBear's doing. MamaBear's just walking around inside Thunderbird again.
Yeah.
No wheelchair, no walker. She's here with Grandma. Wow. Looks like something was leaking. That looks like the back end of a transmission. Yep. That looks like a new rear seal on this thing. I've made it here to the shop, and I gotta get all the chrome off of this thing. So that includes all of the emblems, including the letters that say Ford, the 289 emblem, the Mustang emblem, the door handles and door locks, the side scoop trim, the mirrors, the front and back bumpers, as well as these marker lights up here and the reverse lights, which are in a similar bucket in the back. Time to get started. I gotta get this done real quick, pick up the boys, and then I'm gonna go pull the engine. I'm gonna start with this bumper right here, and I will also pull off these mini pieces, and it's just a few bolts. I've got one bolt under here, and then I've also got a bolt under here. So there's a couple of spots on here, as well as in the side here, where I need to pull some bolts off, and then this bumper should come off with no problem. Same as the back. The only thing that'll really give me a problem, if anything at all, would be these, and that's just because I don't want to break them. They're the original 289 emblems that came with the car back in 1966. I've already got one of these giving me a problem. I've got most of these bolts off for this bumper, but this one right here, the top is spinning with it, so it rusted through and it broke off the tab, so I got to cut the bolt off. Alright, I got the bumper off, most of it. I got one little piece, and I probably have to cut it off because these bolts are not working with me. I had to cut off two of the bolts already. Nice. So this came off okay. Could use a little bit of loving, but it looks mostly alright. Nice little set here. Makes it a lot easier. Alright. I got those ones taken off. Oh, I didn't even see this sitting here. Roller lifters, dual valve springs. Man, this thing's gonna be insane.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're looking for mirrors for this truck, and we have some at the house, so I'll probably bring them in and check it out. This is the other car that we're working on, or that I'm gonna start on. Well, I got as far as I could on the Mustang before I took off to go pick up the baby. The alarm went off to go get Jackson, and I would have been done with the Mustang if I didn't have to cut a bunch of the bolts off. But there are new bolts and there are new bumpers, so I should have just cut them all off from the beginning. I'm heading over to the west side to go pick up Jackson now, and I'm going to go pick up Michael and Draven as well. I've got a little bit more work to do on that Mustang. After I take the boys home, I'm going to head back up to the shop, and I'm going to finish what I was doing before I head over and take this engine out of this truck. Nothing, bro. There's no pulled pork seasoning at Lowe's, which is kind of weird. So we got some bread. We're gonna go hit up another store and we're gonna go figure this out. Then I gotta get Michael. I made it back to the house, you guys. Now I gotta clean up real quick, change my shoes, grab my tools, and then I'm gonna take off back to Gallup again. I've got the little dudes dropped off at home. I spent a few minutes with MamaBear. She's working on her beads right now. The earrings that she's making are pretty awesome. They're kind of cool. I'm heading back into Gallup right now. I gotta go finish taking off this chrome on the Mustang because it has to get loaded tonight, and it's going to the paint shop in Albuquerque tomorrow. This one I didn't cut off earlier, so I'm gonna cut it off right now. All right, I got it off of there. I think there's a new one of these too. I took all the chrome off, including the gas cap, even relocated it. I took everything off that needs to come off, except for these. And it looks like I need to pull the whole window regulator just to get these out. All right, I got all the chrome off. I almost forgot the headlights, but I got them. Now it's time to roll. I'm not gonna have time to go do that Escalade tonight, but I guess I will do that tomorrow. I wanted to do it in the morning, but my uncle just called and he needs some brakes changed on the car that he's gonna be taking to his granddaughter tomorrow, and he wants the brakes redone on it, so I'm gonna have to do that in the morning before I even get to the Escalade. Busy day already. I ended up not working on the Escalade tonight, so I left town and I'm heading back to the house. Check this out, you guys. This looks amazing. Wow. You made this, Mama?
Yeah.
I freaking love it. And they're huge too. These are some pretty big earrings.
Yeah.
This is the size comparison next to a quarter. These are kind of big. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I gotta start the truck so it warms up for these dudes. Good morning. The boys are all dropped off, and I am gonna head over to the south side today. I've got a few things to do, and my uncle called, so I gotta go change some brakes real quick on his ride, or on a ride that he's gonna deliver today. And then I also need to go by the shop and work on that green truck because something happened to it last night, and I just need to figure it out. And I'm sure it's simple. I gotta be over there, but I gotta be everywhere else right now. Well, I guess I'll start with the intake. Gotta pull the exhaust too. Might as well get these pulleys off because we're gonna have to slide this out pretty far forward. I got it covered with his comforter so I don't scratch anything up. I'm gonna go run over to my uncle's real quick and check on these brakes. I went to my uncle's over on the south side of town and the car wasn't there yet. So I called him and he said it's still out in Yatahe. So I'm driving out to Yatahe. I'm gonna change the brakes out here before I head back into town again. This is Yatahe, guys. Okay, Hyundai accent. We're gonna change these. Gonna start with the trusty Gorilla wrench. This thing is expandable and it comes with 2 sockets with 4 different sizes for the most common lugs. Kind of cool. Helps me out a lot. Alright, new ones are on. The wheel's gonna go back on now. Oh man. One of these lugs broke off and this car has to go to California, so this needs to be changed out. This car was supposed to go to California yesterday, I guess. I got the caliper mount off, but I still have no access to that. I'm going to take the rotor off and see if I need to remove the hub or not. Hopefully I don't. I got this all back together, including the new stud. I had to take the CV bolt off. I had to take the rotor off, the hub, the caliper mount, and I had to remove one of these heat shields. I put the new stud in. I put it all back together, and I was going to put these screws in. They go in to hold the rotor on. Right there. And right there. Seeing as how there are no holes there, I got to take this back apart. And I have to remove the caliper and the caliper mount and pull the rotor off. And I have to turn it 90 degrees and put it all back together again. Got them both done. It's kind of crazy that breaking that stud off in there actually made that job take a lot longer. I spent more time changing out that broken stud than I did changing out both sets of brake pads. But it's fixed and it's ready to go to its new destination. It's going to be delivered to California and I am heading back to Cali. Well, as with all electrical stuff, I disconnected the battery. I pulled all the relays and reinserted them, and I pulled all the fuses and reinserted them. When I pulled one of those little tiny relays in the FitTech EFI little setup, the fuel pump started making noise when I put it back in. So I cranked the truck, started, ran fine, and then I turned the key off, and the truck kept running. I couldn't turn it off. So I had to unhook the battery to get the truck to turn off. And after I poked around a bit and checked everything, I hooked the battery back up, and now the wiring is set up like the key is always on. So I gotta figure this out. I'm thinking there's a short in this key switch here, so I'll figure this out right now. Part of what happened yesterday, now when I turn the steering wheel, it actually starts grabbing the shifter really bad. Right here it's grabbing the shifter. Something in the steering wheel is actually not working right. Looks like I have found the problem. Now that those screws aren't hitting the nut right there, the shifter shifts just fine. I need to find a perfect median for where this should go. I took off from the shop. I fixed the binding problem with the shifter, but I was working on the wiring for a bit. Something's wrong with the wiring because the truck is staying on. The key on stuff, like the signal lights and the fuel pump and the fuel injection, is all staying on. So we've got a problem with a short somewhere. But I'm going to check that out later on. Right now, I am heading to pick the boys up. This train is just waiting to roll through. We're heading over to the mid school now. Oh, that's cool. I made it back to the house with the boys, and I hung out with Mama for a few minutes. I'm going to go head back in and work on this truck. While I was here, I saw MamaBear's work. Check this out. These look pretty cool. And the camera does not do anything for this. If you see this, like in person, this is crazy cool. I freaking love it. I like that one too. These are pretty smooth, Mama.
Thanks.
Looks like you've been beating for a bit. Almost
Yeah.
done?
Almost done.
I'm going to cruise back to Gallup. I tried to get Mama to go with me, but where I'm going, there's a lot of stairs, and I don't think she wants to sit in the Jeep for a couple hours. Also, cool thing, I was at my uncle's today, and the white truck that my uncle's driving around, that was one of the LS swaps that me and Mama did. We put that LS3 in there for him, and it's still running. We did that like, how long ago? A couple years ago?
Like 3 years ago?
Like 3 years ago. And that's the truck he's going to use to go tow that Hyundai I was changing the brakes on today. He's going to tow that to California with that truck too. So that's kind of cool. It still works. MamaBear's touch. I'm heading back in right now. I got all the fuel stuff ready to come off. Well, I got all the fuel stuff unhooked, so it's ready to come off so I can get these intake bolts off. I got everything off down there with the balancer. I got all these fans unhooked. I got the fan out and that one first section of the radiator. Put a cardboard there so we don't touch anything else down there. And I got everything drained out. So all I need are these intake bolts. I need a puller for this, which is at the house. And then exhaust bolts and tranny bolts, and this thing's ready to come out. Right now, though, I gotta put all these parts away. I got a bunch of like electronic parts. We got fans and hoses and all kinds of crap out here, so we gotta go put those away and then start picking up all these tools. MamaBear's supposed to text me and let me know what they want for dinner. This is how I rigged up my toolbox light. It's the magnetic light on the lid. All right, you guys, time to head on out. It's almost 7 o'clock. Seems all dark. Seems way later than that. But I'm gonna cruise now. MamaBear said Grandma cooked some liver. So that's gonna be awesome. And some cheese. So I put my tools away. I put all the extra parts where they're not gonna be stolen or in the way. I just left all my tools here so I'm not loading and unloading. So tomorrow, it would even be possible to hop off here. Yeah. This looks good.
Well, guys, that's it for this video.
Thank you guys again. Thank you very much for stopping by, checking it out, hanging out with us. We always appreciate the feedback, and we always appreciate you guys returning to check out more videos.
And like always, guys, thanks for all the love and support.
Yes.
We love it.
Definitely. You guys have an awesome rest of your day.
Take care.
Stay
Peace.
safe. Later.